sun casts a golden glow over the rolling greens as you step out of the car, heart pounding with excitement. The United States Golf Association Museum in Liberty Corner, New Jersey stands before you, its elegant architecture, a portal to the storied past of the game you love. As you step inside, you find yourself drawn to the exhibits showcasing one of golf's greatest underdog stories, Francis Ouimet. His legacy, immortalized in the movie The Greatest Game Ever Played, comes to life before your eyes. The son of a French-Canadian immigrant, Ouimet grew up across the street from the country club in Brookline, Massachusetts, learning the game with second-hand clubs and unwavering determination. Standing before the display dedicated to his historic 1913 U.S. Open victory, you feel a surge of inspiration. Here was a 20-year-old amateur, defeating the era's titans, Harry Vardon and Ted Ray, on a course he once caddied at. His victory wasn't just a personal triumph, it changed golf forever, proving that the sport wasn't just for the elite. You reach the Hall of Champions, where Ouimet's name gleams among the legends. But then, your eyes shift to another section, the Hall of Fame dedicated to the LPGA US Women's Open champions. Here, the names of the greatest female golfers in history are etched into the walls, each one a testament to perseverance and excellence. You see the likes of Mickey Wright and Betsy Rawls, who hold the record for the most US Women's Open titles with 4 each. More recent champions, such as Yuka Saso and Minjee Lee, remind you that the game continues to evolve. Saso, who won her first U.S. Women's Open in 2021 and claimed her second title in 2023 at Lancaster, has proven herself as one of the brightest stars in women's golf. Watching her triumph firsthand at Lancaster, witnessing her composure and precision under pressure, made you love the game even more. Seeing her navigate the challenging course, sinking clutch putts, and lifting the trophy once again reinforced your passion for golf and the dream of one day making your own mark in the sport. At the interactive exhibit, you grip a replica of a century-old club, imagining yourself in Ouimet's shoes, staring down a tough approach shot under pressure. A smooth swing, and the ball soars, maybe not as elegantly as his, but enough to make you feel the connection to history.
For the first time, the New York Times runs a golf story on the front page. Papers across the country trumpet this astonishing victory. It becomes a matter of national pride. For the United States, struggling to claim its place on the world stage, the victory is symbolic. The humble, working-class underdog beat the Brits at their own game, claiming it for America. Ouimet's accomplishment inspires a whole new generation of homebred golfers, like Gene Sarazen and Bob Jones. British dominance of the sport is over. Millions of Americans fall in love with the game. The excitement moves golf beyond the country clubs of the wealthy. The middle and working classes embrace the new pastime, along with their first golfing hero.
Back in 1933, living in the dust was killing me.
Hard times in America. The euphoria of the 1920s has given way to unemployment, breadlines, and gloom. The world of golf changes too. Immediately after his Grand Slam victory, Bob Jones retires. Tournaments lose spectators. Country clubs close. And yet, with the decline of golf's traditional venues, the sport finds new vitality, with help from the Roosevelt administration. Several New Deal programs link public recreation with public well-being. Community swimming pools, tennis courts, and public golf courses proliferate in the 1930s. For the first time, almost anywhere in America, anyone can play on a course created or improved by the government. In Schenectady, Des Moines, Reno, 368 courses in all at a cost of more than $12 million in Depression-era dollars. Agencies like the WPA and the CCC put people, as many as possible, back to work. The government hires the best golf course designers like Donald Ross, Alistair McKenzie, and A.W. Tillinghast, who has a chance at Bethpage in Long Island to create a course to rival some of the best. The results are spectacular.
Along come 1935, blowed my crop about 9 mile high.
Despite hard times, golf is becoming increasingly democratic. One golfer in 1933 reports, executives, office workers, and machinists all mingle in the comradeship of golf. The public golf movement attracts players from all over the country, from all walks of life. By old standards, the sport's new champions come from unlikely backgrounds. Young talent like Sam Snead and Ben Hogan come from poor families. Half of the U.S. Open winners in the 1930s hailed from west of the Mississippi. Olin Dutra, Monterey. Ralph Gouldall, Dallas. Byron Nelson, Waxahachie. Johnny Goodman, Omaha. Born far from the bastions of Eastern wealth and privilege, Goodman personifies the emerging golfer of the 30s. Raised in a poor immigrant family and orphaned young, he travels to his first tournaments in cattle cars.
Long about 1936, me and my woman in the devil of a fix, me and my woman in the devil of a fix, me and my woman in the devil of a fix.
During the Depression, other newcomers take up the game. Women. Their participation increases by 20% every year. And like the men, they're not all Easterners. Glenna Collette, champion of the 20s, is challenged by up-and-comer Patty Berg from Minneapolis and Virginia Van Wee from Chicago. And then a Texan, an astonishing all-around athlete, devotes herself to the game in the 30s, Babe Diedrichson Zaharias. Considered a pro, Babe is denied access to women's amateur tournaments, but she barnstorms with Gene Sarazen, playing exhibition matches all over the country. The grit and determination shown by so many players reflects a growing dedication to the game, even in hard times. From the creation of hundreds of public courses to the melting pot of players who broaden its appeal, golf settles in the mainstream of American life.
Blossom came up with the idea that the USGA should be doing more to preserve and celebrate the history of the game. It's this amazing moment in time where, because of the Depression, the game was changing so much. Who was playing the game, the traditions, the culture around the game was changing, and Blossom thought this would be an important moment to collect history, preserve history, so that it can continue to really inform the work of the organization as it moves forward. The USGA Library is the ultimate repository on the history of the game. There's more than 100,000 individual items that have been cataloged as part of the library collection. So as you start to get deeper into the collections, you find these little rich gems. This copy belonged to a gentleman whose name was Bert Heidemann, and he traveled with this book for about 50 years, and he collected hundreds of autographs on every single page of the book. This page is unbelievable. Francis Ouimet, Tommy Arnold, Walter Hagen, Bob Jones, Chicken, Ben Hogan, Sam Steve, Byron Nelson. I mean, anyone important in American golf in the 20th century touched this book, signed this book. There's some really unusual and unsuspecting things. There's a huge collection of murder mysteries in the library. Oh no! There's a collection of cookbooks. It's small, but there are golf-themed cookbooks that are in the library. Cherry pudding. Pretty good. Carrot pudding, less good. Canary pudding, not sure about that. Basically anything written in any language that touches golf. It's the mission and the hope of the library to try to collect it. This is famous Funny number 1. And what's really important about this comic book is this is actually the first comic book, not the first golf comic, but actually from 1934, this was the very first one that was published. And fantastically for us, there's a golf image on the cover of the world's very first comic book. These are the letters back and forth between Travis and his fiancée, future wife. Necessity compels me to do a silly thing again today and write. We can look over here and golf is a sport that I think throughout its history has celebrated and embraced its tradition. We have a richer experience as golfers, I believe, when we know and understand the history of the game. And I've always viewed and understood the library as one of the central and key resources that the golf community has for understanding its past and thus enriching the present experience of the game and showing new paths and directions for what the future of golf will be.